What's up, guys? Welcome back to Vlogmas. And today I'm gonna do something that I actually thoroughly enjoy. I love to bake, but today I am gonna bake a recipe that I found on Facebook for a Ooey Gooey butter cake. I actually love the butter cake at California Pizza, so I'm gonna try my hand at it this time. They said this is as close as it gets, so we're gonna see how it tastes. So this is my first time trying it. One thing I would like for you to do is put in the comments a recipe that you find online that you would love for me to try, and I will actually try it and tell you how it is. So the ingredients that it calls for is yellow cake mix, cream cheese. I'm not cream cheese bougie. So whatever cream cheese I can find, especially in the store today. Heavy whipping cream. Hopefully it's focused. Confectioner sugar. Butter. Again, I'm not butter bougie. Whatever we can find. Vanilla extract. Salt. And eggs, of course. So we're going to start with the cake mix part of the recipe. And I'm going to be reading the recipe, and then I will actually link the recipe down below so that if you want to try it, you can try it and tell me how it comes out for you. And I hope it does come out pretty well because, again, I do like the butter cake. I'm not super like a cake person, I guess you would say. I actually am like more of a cookie person, but if I find a cake that I like, I do continue to get it. So for the yellow cake part, it asks for the yellow cake, 2 eggs, vanilla extract, and a half a cup of butter. So come with me and let's try it. Alright, now that we've washed our hands, now we're going to get started with the recipe. Like I said, I'm going to look at the recipe from my phone, but I definitely know I'm going to dump the whole box of cake mix into my mixer. And it does call for a half a cup or a stick of butter for it to be melted. So I'm just going to melt it in this saucepan, this hot saucepan next to me. So let's see. We're going to just drop it in so it can melt. And we're going to try to continue to collect our trash. I'm trying to see how quick I can bake this really, but start giving this a mix. I'm not going to mix it too fast. Just enough. I'm still waiting on my butter to melt. And then we have 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Let me open. I should have opened all this stuff before I started. It's 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I'm just trying to make sure I don't burn my butter here. So it looks like, for the most part, our butter is melted. I'm going to pour it right in. And I'm going to continue mixing. As you know from previous videos, I seem to smell everything when I cook. I just like to know how it smells. So I'm going to try to get that to go a little bit faster here. Not too fast. And while we wait, did ask for a 9-inch pan. I call this a cheesecake pan. I saw this pan on the picture, and so this is the pan that I'm going to use. I already lined it with the parchment paper, and then I oiled the sides so I would make sure that it doesn't stick. Again, I'm just using this pan simply because that's what I saw in the photo, not because it necessarily said that I had to use this type of pan. but I think it might be a lot easier because it does require you to use cream cheese for the second part of the cake, so that you can kind of pull it out and pull the ring up and allow it to cool. So we are gonna go with this, the way that it's done, the way that I saw it on the picture, and see how it goes. And I didn't put this on right, so let's face it. It actually looks like it's supposed to look. And let's see if I can find, I did not get my stuff out. My baking spatula. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this bottom part in the pan. So it did ask for you to spread this as flat as possible at the bottom of this pan. So I am going to try to do it as flat as possible, because from I'm you know, as far as the consistency, it's pretty thick. So let's just see how flat I can get it. Pretty sure it's not going to be that hard. I want to try to get as much of this as I can. And I probably need some better utensils, but we're going to use what we got. Alright, so, ooh, this is thick. Alright, I'm just going to spread this. I guess I'm going to spread it like I would spread like the brownies or something. Make home, because this is, alright. And I see why it said for you to spread it as thick as, as flat as possible, because it is hard to spread. So let me see if I can try to spread this with one hand, but it's not gonna work. It's too thick. So catch you in the next clip. I'm not gonna be able to do this with one hand, but it is very thick. So I will catch you once I get this spread out and that I start working on the next part of the cake. Alright, so the recipe calls for softened cream cheese. So what I did was I sat it out for a bit before I decided that I wanted to bake this. So I went ahead and sat it out so that it could get soft. And we're going to use a full 8-ounce pack. And I forgot to put my other attachment on this. So give it just 1 second. I think I'm going to use the paddle attachment for this one. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Alright, and so what I normally would do when I use cream cheese, I kind of start giving it a little something, so that once I add the other ingredients, that it'll kind of go into it pretty well, so that it can kind of break it up a bit. Alright, so that should be good enough. And then it asks for 2 large eggs. Am I a person that bakes it exactly as the instructions at the bottom? No, I kind of just go into it blind. But you probably should do what the instructions tell you to do. So I'm going to add 1 egg. And then mix. I'm going to add the last egg as it is mixing. I don't like stuff on my hands. And then it also asks for 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to speed it up just a little bit. It also asked for a teaspoon of heavy cream, so I legitimately had to buy the whole thing of heavy cream for 1 teaspoon, but it's okay. I'll try to use this for another recipe. Oh, I'm making a lot of noise. As all recipes ask for salt, we're going to do a half a teaspoon of salt. And I can see it getting soft. And then another half a cup of butter melted. I am going to melt this on the side of me. This still needs to kind of get soft. I'm not going to add the confectioner's sugar until after I add the butter, because I need to add the confectioner's sugar 1 cup at a time. So it does require 4 cups of confectioner's sugar. So far, I mean, I don't smell anything. I guess I don't. But I need to get the stuff off the sides of the bowl so that it can kind of all mix in together. So it does ask for another full stick of butter. So if you're butter conscious, this recipe ain't for you. Like, it's not a whole lot of recipes. Well, it's called butter cake anyway, but you know, if you're conscious of your butter intake, 2 sticks of butter is a bit much, but you shouldn't be eating more than like a little piece to taste anyway. But I'm gonna get that butter melted down really quick. And I did already preheat my oven to 350 degrees. And the recipe calls for it to stay in the oven for 35 to 45 minutes, I believe. And that's just about done here. And I got my 1 cup measuring cup since I'm adding it in 1 cup increments anyway. And I'm gonna go ahead and add the butter right in while it's mixing. And then we're going to add our 4 cups of sugar. That's like a half a bag of sugar. Goodness. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add my cream cheese butter mixture to this pan so that we can get it in the oven. Let's see if I can bring it down some here. Alright, so this is what it looks like with just the yellow cake mix, the eggs, and the vanilla extract. Hey, what's up guys? So it is the next day, of course, early in the morning. I wanted to film this before I went to church. So I'm going to say the appearance is an epic fail simply because the crust part came up through the top. Looks like that. Alright, so the only thing to do is to taste it. I'm not going to taste it. It's too early to be eating cake. I'm going to cut it, and I have a couple of people that are going to taste it, and then I'm going to get them to film their reactions and send it to me. So we'll see, and I might taste it later. But comment, like, and subscribe. And again, down in the comments, tell me what recipe that you would like me to try offline and see if it's an epic fail or not. What I would have done is added a little water to the crust, because as we saw in previous clip that the crust was pretty thick, so I probably would have added just a little bit of water to it to kind of loosen it up so that it didn't come up like that. But we'll see. I'll find another recipe to kind of compare the recipes, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. Bye.